Right, so today we're going to learn about bars and beats and making music with Audition. And what that means is that we're not going to be doing multimedia projects. We're actually going to be using little pieces of music, tiny pieces of music, like little drums, or like the bass line by itself, or like a flute by itself, and assembling all together to make a giant song. Kind of like playing with the Legos. Right, so the first thing you have to do is you got to change this down here. This is integral. This is like the key to everything. Right here, the timeline says hours, minutes, and seconds. HMS, Her Majesty's ship. You don't need that. You don't want that. You need to right-click on that, display time format, and change that to bars and beats. Again, I'll right-click on it. Oops, right-click on it, display time format, bars and beats. This sets it up for music. You know you got musical time going if it says 155 BPM or any number of BPM. That's the beats per minute. So the higher that number is, the faster it's going to be. Those of you guys at DJ, you know this already. So anyway, I'm going to get a loop. There's loops in my folder under Sounds and Resources in my faculty folder under loops. And then I'm going to get like a basic beat. There's a basic beat. I'll open it. Matter of fact, let me open a couple of these. Look at that one. It's auto playing right now, so I can kind of tell what I'm bringing in. I'm going to bring them all in. So anyway, now that this is on BPM, I should be able to bring in a loop. And you know it's a loop because it has a little arrow like this. I can drop it in. And then when I drop it in, you see where the little kind of like dotted line goes? Kind of like you're rolling out some like Pillsbury dough. That means that that's where the loop naturally ends. And coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, now that we're on beats per minute, that little line will always end up on a number. So the fact that this thing repeats, see right here, it repeats like when the line gets to the 9. Let me pull my little marker there so you can see it. Repeats on the 9. It repeats on the 5. It actually repeats every 4 measures because we're basing this on 4/4 time. 4/4 time, 4 beats per measure. So if I loop this, and let me get my time selecting tool right here to loop it. I'll loop on just one little beat part, or one little bar part I should say. And when I hit play as a loop, you see that it always repeats. Now, I'm sorry about the music in the background. That's the party channel on Time Warner. Okay, so anyway, you see that it's always repeating. I can add another beat, and this one's going to repeat every 2 bars, but it doesn't matter because it's kind of like all based on 2s and 4s and 8s, etc. As long as I'm repeating on a bar, I should be okay. So let's play this part. Matter of fact, let's bring in another part, sight unseen or sound unheard. Let me go to some of these like, let me get out of the beats and go to like to these keys and pads. I like any of those. How about some bass? That one sounds crazy. Alright, so I'll take that one in. And you'll see this one will actually repeat also. And then I'll go back to the beginning. Give my little loop. Actually, I'm not looping, I have nothing looped. But look at this. Every time it gets that spot, it's like magic. Alright, you get the idea. So even if I want to continue this one, see this is the busy bass 2, I could take this busy bass 2, I could use my little white line as a guide. See that little white line that pops up every once in a while? That tells me, hey dude, you're right like on the beginning of a bar. So it'll come in on time again because I've set this whole thing up correctly, and the whole thing is set up correctly as beats per minute, BPM.